Hey everybody, Gunnison Undercover here. Today is Wednesday, October 9th, 2019. Time is 5:06 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Nothing has changed as of yet, but soon it will in the next few days, I believe. Anyway, it's a bad day. It's a rainy, dreary day here in New Jersey. It's cold out. It's damp. The wind's blowing. I'm cold, but you know what? I am happy, baby, and I'm going to tell you why I'm happy if you can't figure that already now. A press release has been issued regarding Howell Township Police Sergeant Richard Creepy Conte. I've been beating the drum about this for months now, badgering the police department, badgering the prosecutor's office here in Monmouth County, badgering the New Jersey prosecutor's office, and they finally have released it. I was going to do the story that the prosecutor office here in New Jersey had released, but Howell Township Police Department has issued a statement. And this comes from Chief Kudrick over there. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me read this glorious news today. I'm so happy to hear about this. It says, my community. Today, the New Jersey Attorney General Gerber S. Grewal announced the indictment of suspended Howell Police Sergeant Richard Conte for numerous crimes for which he was arrested for on September 6, 2018. It's taken a year to get this done. The criminal charges he has been indicted for by a state grand jury includes the following: official misconduct, second degree. That is not a good one for him. Not a good one. Luring, enticing child, second degree. Again, not a good one. Child attempted sexual contact with victim age 13 to, let's see, it says attempted endangering the welfare of a child. That's a third degree, still not good. Attempted sexual contact with a victim age 13 to 15, a fourth degree. If some of you don't remember, well, they're going to tell you the story, and I'll fill in whatever they don't fill in. All these charges stem from an undercover investigation that revealed he attempted to lure a 15-year-old girl he met online to meet for a sexual encounter. I was involved in this investigation. Imagine that. I mean, this Conte is like his buddy. And Conte's connected with Sheriff Golden because Conte was in charge of the SWAT team out in Monmouth County. Imagine that you're buddying up with this guy, and in the meanwhile you're watching him, you know what he's up to, and you know at some point the hammer's coming down. Since the time of his arrest, Sergeant Conte has been suspended without pay. The form of government here in Howell Township grants the authority solely to the township manager for status of employment. Here comes the best news I've heard so far out of this whole story. I can't tell you how happy I am to hear about this. Although the decision after consultation with Township Legal Counsel will prevail with the manager, as chief of the police, my recommendation was immediate termination. Yes, baby! That creep has been fired. That blue zero hero has been fired, pending no objections or whatever. He's done. You know what that means, folks? No pension. I'm still not sure if he'll be able to buy out the time left on to get his pension, but I'm pretty sure he has no pension coming. He is done. All that time he put in on his career, out the door. It got the boot, baby. Let me continue here. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. I love hearing these blue zero heroes like him get it up the ass and get it up real hard. This accusation is a serious breach of the public's trust in the integrity of this police department. It is an embarrassment and insult to everyone who honorably wears a Howell patch on our sleeve and the badge upon our chest. These actions are not a reflection of officers or this department. I can assure you we are all repulsed. I thank all of you for your continued support and a high level of respect and support you consistently displayed towards our officers. I have attached the press release announcing the indictment. Chief Andrew Kudrick. Okay, well, let me just give you a brief backstory on this, what he actually did. He met this, he goes on this dating site or something called Double List. I don't know anything about it. It's like a Craigslist kind of thing. And I guess somebody advertised on there, got the beach house for the weekend, want a party. And he responds to this thing. And he tells the person on the other end, who happens not to be a 15-year-old girl, but to be a undercover. And he tells him that he is 19 years old. His name is Ray Crusader. And long story short, he's going to have a date with her. And he tells her that he wants to lay naked with her. Imagine that. He wants to lay naked. I saw this guy's not exactly the kind of person anybody want to lay naked to. So he tells his so-called girl he wants to lay naked with her, and he's going to come down, he's going to meet up. Well, when it comes time to meeting up, it's his own gang. And he's caught. He's got condoms in his pocket. Now, the other thing, too, is that, he was going back and forth on Crusader, and he told the other person at the end that he wanted to communicate on Kick, and he knew this person told him that she was 15, and he claimed he was 19, and he told that person on the other end, look, when we talk on Kick, please tell everybody, please just say that you're 18. And of course, that wasn't the case, and he got caught. Now, the creepy thing about it, now just for example, if that actually was a 15-year-old girl believing she was meeting up with a 15-year-old, and he shows up and it turns out it's a 48-year-old fat, creepy cop, I mean, I'm just going to throw this story out there, this hypothesis out there. There's no truth. There's just me, off the top of my head, that he was deceiving this person. And, I mean, what would happen? He would have showed up and maybe kidnapped her, maybe had hurt her, killed her. I mean, at some point he's going to show up and there's a 15-year-old there. Is that 15-year-old going to want to get with a fat 48-year-old creepy cop? Of course not. She's going to say, get out of here, you creep. And then he's not going to like that. Especially when he put all that time in there talking online, and he got himself some condoms, and he's going to meet up, and then finds out it's a no. I would submit to everybody that he probably had bad intentions, and I'm sure there's more to the story than they are going to talk about. But the great thing about it is he's got that official misconduct, and the reason he got the official misconduct is that they have evidence he used the phones at headquarters. He probably used computer, who knows? I mean, he's doing his email from there and stuff. So he has used public property, mainly the police station, to perpetrate some of his perversions. So that's where he's getting the misconduct, and that's a serious charge that's going to land him 5 years in the pokey. So it's not looking good for him. So my prediction on this is that Creepy Conte is going to have to take a plea deal, because they got enough evidence against him that he is not going to be able to dispute it and get around it. So I think he's going to take the plea deal, and I think the plea deal will be 5 years with a minimum of 1 year in prison, and maybe he can get some parole after that. That's my prediction. Right now, my understanding is Creepy Conte's lawyers has had him been going to consultation, getting counseling, getting help. So they were really setting it up, in my opinion, to present Conte as a victim. That, I'm just throwing this out there. I have no way. This is just alleging. I don't know if it's true. That they're going to try to use the victim card and say that, the stress of the job and all this is just so much, and this is what he did. He acted out like this. He's had bad relationships in the past, and he's just a victim of the internet, and we should treat him with compassion. And I think it's a bunch of crap. He's a cop who thought he could get away with it. He thought he had the inside info, and he's a creepy guy. He's definitely a creepy guy. Any 48-year-old man in his right mind would know that a 15-year-old doesn't want anything to do with you. No. First of all, that 15-year-old has parents, and would have to respond to that. And the 15-year-old's got friends, and the friends are going to admonish a 15-year-old for trying to get with a 48-year-old. I mean, that's creepy. It's absolutely creepy. I mean, I get an older man like to get a younger woman. Sure, I like to get a nice woman in her 40s. I'm 59, that'd be great. But that's creepy, and he's creepy. So, great news. The Attorney General's office has released the story. I'll put that link in the description box for you. I'll put the link to the Howell Township Police Department's Facebook page so you can read the press release. But Creepy Conte has been fired. That means no pay for him. See, the problem right now, he was suspended without pay, and if there was a remote chance that he'd get his job back, he would get all that pay for sitting home, eating cereal, doing whatever Creepy Conte does when he's alone with himself. That's a scary thought, isn't it? So yeah, great news here in New Jersey. A Blue Zero hero is one step closer to going to prison. Gunnison Undercover. Let me know what you think about this story in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe. The channel's growing because of you. We keep exposing these Blue Zero heroes, and you're out there supporting what I'm doing, and that's a great, wonderful thing. I love all you people out there that are commenting and supporting what I'm doing. And, you know, it really leaves a good feeling in my heart to know when I'm out there, I am not alone in spirit. Till next time, Gunnison Undercover.